the strangest feeling.
From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Conversation with Trent and Friends, the nutrition edition of the conversation featuring the lovely Catherine Getu from France. Good morning from the States, midi, good afternoon to France. Let's get Catherine in. We're talking about how sleep can be a tool. How sleep is a tool. Actually, Catherine and I had a conversation after I left the club on yesterday, and she heard something in my voice, and she called me out. So today I'll be admitting that I was extremely tired, and she went to give me this whole spill on sleep. Now it's a tool. So let's get Catherine in here, and we'll talk about it. One sec. Hey, midi. And good morning to you from the States. What's going on? Did I say that properly? Did I say that properly?
Midi, but midi's time. Yeah, midi.
Midi's time.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Better. I'm better.
Since yesterday.
Yeah, since yesterday.
Yeah.
So how's everything over in France?
Over France, I don't know. Where I am, I think things are okay.
We're not
It
in
has been
France.
a cold weather, but today it's it's rainy. Yeah, but it's still cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Got you. Well, you know what I mean when I say France.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not the actual city where you are.
Yeah, where I am. When I say France, I don't know because I don't have TV, so I don't know. I'm not connected with the rest of
Right.
I don't have any news. So if anything that is happening outside there, and I'm just saying, France, we are nice, but I don't know.
Right. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
So are you in the country part of France?
No, I'm in town.
You're definitely not in the city. Oh, you're in the city.
Oh, I am in the second biggest city. I mean, after Paris. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
The second biggest city, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me.
Oh, I would like so much to live. I would like to live
Exactly.
near the mountains, when there is nature. Here it's you turn around, you just see they're just buildings,
Right. You know, I always love when you
Yeah.
and your daughter go up into the mountains and you share those photos
The
and
photos.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful up there.
Yeah.
So
Back in
beautiful.
outside it's really beautiful. Outside the cities is beautiful. The city is amazing. It's really beautiful. One of those beautiful cities because it has the Roman Empire, what I can say, remaining. So you have the
Oh, really?
architecture is both. Yeah, it's both. It's really beautiful. I had my nephew who came the other day. I mean, the other day it was in December,
Right.
and he said what he liked about France and he was in Spain is the way that when you walk around, you can look up. You're looking at the buildings, you can see how beautiful they are. Like,
Right.
you have these designs that on the walls. It's
Right.
not just like plain story
Hey, listen,
buildings. They're speaking, they're telling you stories.
I'm more than sure you have photos in your phone of
Yeah.
that, right? Can you
Yeah.
send me
Yeah.
some? Can you send me some?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. And even sometimes we just walk around with my daughter, and sometimes we can just say, "Wow, look at that door!" It's just,
Right.
the art is everywhere. So the town is very beautiful.
Well, if you think about it, send some to me. I'd love to see
Okay.
that. I would
Oh
love to
well.
see
Oh well. Oh well.
good stuff. So we're talking about sleep and how it's a tool. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the opening, Catherine called me out yesterday after I left the club. I'm at the bookstore and she heard something in my voice. And she was like, "How you feeling?" said, I'm okay. Hurting, but I'm okay. So she heard it in my voice. So she called me on it, and I had to admit that I was extremely tired, and um, I've been burning the candle at both ends, with this platform and podcasting like I'm a madman, and kind of got tired. Kind of got tired, and it caught up to me. So I was
Yeah, yeah.
forced.
So yeah,
I was forced to go to bed early after podcasting last night with Saya on the experience last night. So I didn't do too much last night.
okay.
I took Catherine's advice and went to bed. So,
Thank you. That's really awesome.
yeah, so I
That's
feel
really
much
awesome.
better. I feel great this morning. But
Good.
let's get to it.
So yeah, so today we are looking at sleep as a healing tool. And I have a question. Maybe this is you, or you could have ever been with someone. Have you ever seen someone, ever been with someone who has just woken up and so moody? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, sometimes you say you woke up from the wrong side of the bed.
exactly. That is. I woke up on the wrong side of bed. No, you didn't get enough sleep.
It's
You need to
just
get
because you
rest.
didn't get
Yeah,
enough, yeah, you didn't get enough sleep, and so you come out like, you have been digging or you've been walking around. You're so tired, exhausted,
right,
and then you look at what you have to do during the day. And it's like, man, it's yeah. So we're looking at how sleep can help you heal, and I'm looking from the lenses of someone who has autoimmune disease or someone who has chronic illness. So this is not for everyone, but sleep is very essential for everyone else. So you'll see how that lack of sleep can also create diseases.
right,
So yeah, we're looking at, we have had a lot. You have had to sleep well. You need a dark room. You need to maybe stop scrolling at night, all those things. So
right,
what I want us to look at in this episode is what else that is not being talked by the people who are talking about sleep.
right. And
Okay.
I thought about something when you said that yesterday when you asked me how was I feeling after the
Yeah.
injury, right? I had the injury
Yeah.
and I've been in therapy. They threw me back in therapy for 2.5 months, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, she got a point. Like I wasn't healing as fast this time around because normally, as you know, I would injure myself throughout this recovery from doing too much in the gym. And this time was a little
Yeah.
different because I'm like, damn,
Mm.
this is a long time.
It's two
I've
months.
been in
Yeah. It's
therapy
been a
3 months.
2 months.
Yeah, almost three
Yeah.
months. So
Yeah.
Catherine said, you've been injured almost 2 months, and normally you get back to it, and you get back on track. But this time it's been long and it's been grueling.
Yeah.
And she
That's
was
meaning
absolutely right. Yeah, she was absolutely right. I was tired and not getting any sleep, and that's been I've been stagnant on the getting back on track.
it slows
Very
the
slow.
healing.
Yeah, very slow.
Slows the healing. Yeah. So there are people who say, I'll sleep when I'll die. I don't know how they know the experience of
Oh,
the
yeah. No, I'm
I
not
don't know.
sleeping until I be unalive. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
So sleep is not just an act of going to bed, it's an act where sleep is repairing your body, sleep is supporting
Right,
your immune system, sleep is regulating your hormones, and sleep is very important for your brain because at the time the brain is clearing itself.
right,
And when you don't get enough sleep or optimal sleep, you don't heal fast,
right,
or you don't have that healing that is coming, what we are expecting, right?
right,
So today we're going to look at why is sleep essential to healing and preventing diseases, how nutrients and gut microbiome affect sleep, how
mhm,
sleep affects hormones, inflammation, and immune system, and also how food can sabotage your sleep. And then we are going to look at the end, what can you do to improve your sleep?
right. Now,
Here we
I don't
go.
I don't
How?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How sleep is essential. Why sleep is essential for your healing. Um, as once again, sleep when you're sleeping, or let's imagine this. Now we are awake. Most of the people who are watching, they are awake. And now your body is, and your mind, they're interacting with other things. So if either you're eating, you're with people, you're meeting with pathogens, you're hurting yourself, your brain is concentrated, whether you're in danger, it's keeping you secure and all that kind of stuff. So when you go back to sleep at night, I guess that most people do, this is the time where your body has time to repair. You had a wound, that's when the body is going to repair itself. This is the time during the day the immune system was there trying to navigate, looking who is attacking you, whether you're taking bacteria, viruses, and all that. And so at night, the immune system is reset. This is when the immune system has to be, lower down, regulated. The brain has to process the emotions that you got during the day. And also it's the time to put the memories where they're supposed. You don't remember everything that you did or you saw during the day. The brain selects what it wants to keep.
Right.
So when you're sleeping, this is very important because otherwise you might not forget. You might not remember some stuff because if you don't sleep well, then you didn't have that time where the memory is being processed, the emotions and the memory. And so sleeping is also when you regulate the hormones. There are different types of,
I didn't know that.
You have growth hormone in the morning, at night. You have a lot of things, cortisol, it's being regulated, insulin, and all that. Our body is a machine. And when you overwork the machine, what do? Or like your car, it has to go to a garage maybe after a certain time. So at night, the body goes to the garage. It's the cleaning time.
Let me tell the audience over on TikTok what you just said. So you said sleep is when you regulate your hormones.
Yeah.
So the hormones are regulated once you fall asleep.
Yeah. Like, what can I say? It's like when you wake up, you want to travel. You go to take a train or you go to take a plane. I don't know. Let's just imagine. These things, they are working during the day, the whole day. In the evening, what do? In the evening, they go to a place where they are washed, they are checked up, they get repaired, they are cleaned and all that. So the same thing with the body. Like, this is the time where you regulate your hormones, you process your emotions and store the good memories and all that. Yeah. So there are different phases of sleep, but I will only take two. There is deep sleep and REM sleep.
Okay.
Deep sleep is when the physical body is repairing.
Right.
Okay. And REM sleep, REM, it's REM, it means rapid eye movement. And this is where the rest of the body is paralyzed. The brain is working to repair. So the brain, to a certain point, has to shrink so that it can let the toxins to flow out. And so you need to meet these two phases of sleep, the deep sleep and the REM sleep. They don't happen simultaneously, so that you can get to.
For me again, you said the REM sleep?
Yeah, the REM sleep. Yeah, you ever heard of it or not?
I've never heard of that, Catherine. The
Okay.
REM sleep?
Yeah, the REM sleep. Yeah, and that's when the brain is repairing.
Right.
Deep sleep is when the body is repairing. So you need to meet these two phases to have a deep restorative sleep. Repair.
So which is better?
Both of them are important. Get me again. Get me again. They're different. They're slight sleeping, and there are four. But me, I'm just concentrating with the two. Deep sleep. This is for the physical. I mean, doesn't involve the brain.
Right.
The
So the deep sleep doesn't involve the
for,
brain.
It doesn't involve the brain. It's for the body, and the REM sleep is for the brain.
The REM sleep.
And so, for the brain to clear itself, okay, I'm touching my brain. Okay, fine. If the brain is to clear itself, the body has to be paralyzed, moving. And actually, during the REM sleep, that's also where we have dreams. And it's like the brain is going through the emotions, or what you saw. It doesn't really mean that it's only what you saw during that day. That's sometimes why you can sleep, you can dream about things that when you were a small kid and something that you did today, and those things, they are in the same dream. It's because the brain is working with the emotions and also storing the memories, are also clearing itself from the toxins.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So both are very important.
This is quite interesting. Quite interesting.
Good.
So the REM sleep would be the one that I'm actually looking for. Both are important. The deep sleep,
both are important,
and the REM sleep, but
yeah,
REM sleep with the brain, with that injury.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm more interested in. So
now for someone like you to get there, you need, maybe I would suggest, if you can get the sleeping tools. No, there are things that people wear to monitor how you're sleeping, and it will tell you, to indicate you how you're getting, if you're really getting to that REM sleep or not. There are people who, like, I have my daughter who keeps on telling me, oh, I walked a lot, I moved a lot during the night. Right. I'm like, that's not a good thing, because the more you're moving, the more that means that you're not in that deep sleep where, you're not supposed to move, like when the brain is repairing itself. That's why the body is somehow paralyzed. You get that? So
I totally get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rearrange
that's why sometimes you can hear people, they went to sleep, they slept for 7, 8, 9 hours, and they wake up exhausted because they didn't get into those too deep restorative sleep. Right. Okay.
I get it.
How sleep affects hormone, inflammation, and disease. Okay, so sleep directly affects almost every part of our body, apart from maybe your legs. Right. That, it's affecting every system, and so does lack of adequate sleep. So for hormones, poor sleep will affect cortisol. So you're not going to sleep enough, and so you'll have cortisol that is high. And what is cortisol? It's a stress hormone. Right. So if you wake up at night and the cortisol is high, you'll start having these racing thoughts. You're thinking too much. You have difficulty falling back to sleep. Then you have insulin, the sleep, blood regulation, blood sugar regulation is happening at night. So when you don't have enough sleep, you might have poor or low insulin sensitivity. So we want to be insulin sensitivity, and if your insulin sensitivity is not good, what is going to happen? You're going to wake up hungry, leading to cravings, waking up and anxiety, and sometimes that can also lead to low energy. Sleep also regulates the hunger hormones. So when you don't sleep well, these hunger hormones, you have two hormones. One is leptin, the other one is ghrelin, and they're both. Leptin is for you feel full. That's true. Let me see that. You feel. Let me see again. I'm getting confused. Okay, Gela. It clips Okay, so you're going to feel more hungry, less satiated when these
Right.
hormones are not well balanced, because when you're sleeping, that's when they are balanced. And this can lead to craving at night. You wake up, you start eating because you feel hungry. And during the day, because these hormones, they work together, you might not feel full when you eat, and so you keep on eating. So that one can lead to weight gain.
Right.
Okay. Melatonin. Melatonin is the one that signals to the body it's time to sleep. So when we wake up in the morning, the melatonin is dropping because we don't need it. Then during the evening, the melatonin starts rising up. You start feeling tired. This is the time the body says, okay, wind down. This is time to sleep. Now, if you don't have a good sleep, it might delay the production of melatonin. Note that high cortisol, late light exposure, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies will all interfere with melatonin production. So low melatonin will lead to difficult to fall asleep, shallow light sleep, frequency waking up, and not feeling restored in the morning.
Right.
Okay. So some people say they can take melatonin to help them to sleep. But actually, I listened to a doctor and he said, actually, it really doesn't help you to sleep. It can just help you feel like it can be also a placebo effect. Because the way you take melatonin, I mean, it doesn't help you as much to create that sleep. Okay. You have any questions so far?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking, I had to be honest. I thought
Yeah.
once we discussed the topic
Yeah.
and yesterday,
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be quite boring, but this is quite interesting. This is
Okay.
quite interesting.
Thank you for informing me that I bring boring topics.
No, you don't. No. But maybe because you called me out on my
You woke up on the wrong spot again.
exactly. So but this is quite interesting. This is quite I think I'm gonna have to rearrange my schedule.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, as I told you, you're creating content late at night, and that is really affecting your sleep, and that's why maybe your healing is low. I mean, it's slow.
Right. And honestly, I've been not only creating content, I'm trying to finish this book, and I'm doing 1,000 things in the middle of the night. And thank you for recognizing that and calling me out on that.
Yeah.
So I needed someone to say, "Hey, look, slow down, get some rest, and leave that stuff for another day." So I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
So
that.
in case of autoimmune and chronic diseases, this lack of enough sleep causes more flares, fatigue, mood swings, overacting immune system, which is not good for healing, because when your immune system is overacting, now healing can't happen.
Right.
This is why poor sleep is linked to autoimmune flares and overactive immune system, cardiovascular disease, metabolic diseases, brain health issues like anxiety, depression, poor healing, that is slow healing of the wounds,
Right.
okay, chronic inflammation, cognitive decline, and neurodegeneration. Mitochondria dysfunction. Mitochondria are the ones that produce energy. So when you don't sleep well, you don't have enough energy the following day.
Right.
Nervous system, you're constantly on flight and fight, which is a stress mode.
Said flight and fright.
I say fight and fight them. Sometimes say fight and flight, and you can also say freeze. There is fight, flight, or freeze.
Here's the interesting thing, right? You just
Yeah.
mentioned about the autoimmune system, right?
Yeah.
So my immune system is immaculate. My dieting, all that stuff, everything
Your immune
just
system
lined
is
up.
what? Sorry?
My immune system is immaculate, meaning it's pretty good. But here's the thing. I said that to say, I said that to say,
Mm.
even though all that stuff is good, the dieting, the eating, clean eating, all that stuff, but I'm depriving myself with sleep. And I'm going back to what you said. Sleep is really important. One of
Yeah,
the most important things you could do.
yeah.
So I've
And
I've
that's
been
why I'm about
stagnant
to
on
ask you
my
how.
exactly. I've been stagnant on my healing from the
Yeah,
injury,
yeah,
even though I have all that other stuff right with me.
yep.
Sleep is actually taking all that stuff away. So I'm really defeating the purpose of clean
For
eating
sure.
and all that stuff. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and also like now when you're not sleeping well, remember once again, it's when you sleep that the immune system is being reset.
Right. Right.
So this is not to say I'm negative, but I'm saying it's not
No,
because you
that's
don't
not
have
negative.
anything.
That's a
No,
positive.
let me just say, it's not because you're not feeling any effect that your immune system is good.
Right. I
Yeah,
get it.
so we need it's people, some people might think it's I don't have any disease, I don't have any pain. That doesn't mean there is nothing that is happening behind the scenes.
Right.
So we need to optimize this because once again, the body is always trying to adapt. So
Right.
you might not feel the effect after maybe 5, 6, 2 months of not sleeping well. Sometimes there are things that you're going to feel, but there are some effects that are going to be delayed.
I get it.
Yeah. Micronutrient, the missing piece of the sleep. This is the most important piece for me because how would you imagine that your food can affect your sleep? Yeah, you can say, okay, don't eat heavy at night in the evening because that one is going to put heavy load on your digestion.
Right.
But me, I'm talking about micronutrients, things that if you don't have these nutrients, you're not going to sleep enough. And once again, sleeping, it's not just going to bed and waking up in the morning. Sleep is going deep into those deep sleep and REM sleep where your body is repairing. And so there are nutrients that are required. Sleep is a nutrient dependent process. It requires efficient brain energy metabolism, a calm nervous system, a proper circadian signaling, balanced neurotransmitters, and controlled inflammation. And all these rely on specific micronutrients. And even one lower micronutrient of these can affect a good restorative sleep. So the micronutrients that are involved are B vitamins. Okay, these are brain night shift team. They work to help the brain. They produce neurotransmitters. They regulate the nervous system. They convert food into usable energy.
Right.
And lower vitamin Bs can cause racing thoughts, vivid dreams, and sometimes nightmares, low light, shallow sleep, and waking up at night feeling tired. The other one is magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most important sleep minerals. I think everyone has heard if you're tired, take magnesium
Right.
because magnesium helps to calm the muscles. So magnesium calms the nervous system. It supports the GABA, the calming neurotransmitter, sorry. It also relaxes the muscles and lower nighttime cortisol. Lower magnesium often shows up as anxiety before bed. Like there are people, especially people who have insomnia, when the evening comes, they start getting anxiety because they're already seeing how they're not going to sleep.
Right.
Okay.
Quick question for you.
Uh,
Quick question. So, what causes
yes.
insomnia?
Wow, that's a huge topic. There are so many things like one lack of good sleep. There are many things that can cause insomnia. It's not one thing. And once again, we are here. Q nutrients. Okay. And insomnia has to be something that has been happening about 3 months, consecutively, to say that someone is having insomnia. Emotions, like if you don't regulate your emotions, you might end up not sleeping well.
The reason I asked you that, like stroke victims, that's one of the things that we suffer from, a lack of sleep.
Insomnia? Okay,
Yeah.
That's before or after?
After the stroke. So I found, I do these focus groups with the stroke patients, and every single stroke patient has said they suffer from a lack of sleep after the stroke.
Okay, I would say if it's like the egg and the chicken, is it before or is after? Because once again, as we said, lack of sleep can lead to cardiovascular diseases.
Right.
So is it the sleep that comes before, or is the disease that came before? Like you have problems sleeping before, and you're not you. I'm not talking to you about you personally, but I'm saying, yeah. But I have to check on that. I can't say I know about it.
I got you. Okay.
But it's good. I'll check on that.
Okay.
So low magnesium will show up as anxiety before bed. It's going to be in restless legs, muscle tension, and frequent night waking. The other vitamin nutrient is vitamin D. Vitamin D helps regulate circadian rhythm genes, immune repair during sleep, and inflammation. We all know the importance of having vitamin D. Most of people might think supplementing is the best way, but it's one. But if you're living in a place where you can have sunlight, please expose yourself to the sun as much as you can to have the vitamin D. And say here, the darker your skin, the more time you need to expose yourself, because melanin is a repellent. It helps us not to be damaged by the UV. So you need extra time to stay in the sun to produce that vitamin D. For people who have clear skin, and I'm not talking clear skin like you're a black person and you have clear skin. I'm talking about the white people. For them, it might be that I don't know why you're laughing. I mean, this could be that minutes of sun exposure, and you'll have the vitamin D that you require for the day. So instead of going out with what do you call sunscreen, you go out, you take the vitamin D, and then you apply your sunscreen. What do you call them? Sun cream. Yeah, you put that on you. You make sure you're not just avoiding to get the sun, because it's it's one of the best way to have the vitamin D. There is I think, I don't know whether it's something that I can say it's a debate, or it's really confusing sometimes, because I have done an article before and on vitamin D, and the early morning UVs don't help you have the vitamin D. You need to have the sun that is up, like it's coming down. So there are some people who say, yeah, you go early in the morning at 7 o'clock. That's 7 o'clock. I'm not a scientist, but the science shows you can't make vitamin D with the early morning sun or the evening waves. They don't give you the vitamin D. So you need to have enough sun.
Oh, really?
So that you can, yeah.
So you're saying you don't get the right amount of vitamin D in the early morning sun?
The
in the
waves are
afternoon,
not,
sir?
the waves are not strong enough to create
Okay.
the vitamin D.
Okay.
As the science I read. Now there might be other science studies that shows that you can do that. I know, like in the morning when it's sunny, I can go out at 6, 7 o'clock and I have the sun, but you will not feel the warmth of the sun. Right
I
now we
get it.
can go
Okay.
outside. We are in summer. That doesn't mean that you don't have waves. I mean, rays that are coming through. There are some that will penetrate through your skin and can damage your skin, even on a cloudy day.
I
Okay,
get it.
so
Okay.
we have to be careful not to be so much worried about the sun. The sun has always been there, and it's the sun that creates life. And so, the darker you are, expose yourself more. That doesn't mean you stay for hours, but you know, for people who are in the equator, they have already, gotten used to it. They have adapted themselves to that.
Right.
So, what I say? So, low vitamin D will cause poor sleep quality, frequent waking up at night, and more pain at night. So, and because vitamin D also works with sorry, vitamin D also works in regulating the immune system. So if you don't have enough vitamin D, you're also going to lack that immune system regulation, and so you can have your immune system overacting.
Okay.
The other nutrient is vitamin B12. When I was doing this research, I understood that there are people who have headaches related at night. Like they wake up, they have headaches, and
Right.
most of that could be lack of vitamin B12. So B12 supports the nervous system, influences circadian rhythm, affects how the brain responds to the light and dark signals. It also suppresses excessive daytime melatonin.
Gotcha.
So, like there was time I was taking vitamin B12 and I was taking it in the evening, which means it's blocking the melatonin. So I'm not going to sleep well while I'm taking something that is supposed to help me to sleep well. So if you're supplementing with your B12, you supplement it during the morning hours. It's actually going to help you suppress the melatonin that is remaining. Okay, but don't take it either vitamin B12 and vitamin D. Prefer taking them during the day for those who are supplementing with vitamin D. Okay, the other one is choline. Choline supports REM sleep, memory processing, and parasympathetic, that is resting and digest mode. The other nutrient will be zinc and iron. So zinc supports melatonin sensitivity and immune repair, while iron will support oxygen delivery and dopamine signaling. So imbalance of either zinc or iron can disrupt sleep quality.
Okay.
Any question?
Gotcha. Yeah. Quick question. So you mentioned headaches, right? So
Yeah.
not every headache is actually attached to a lack of vitamin.
No, but
B12, right?
no, it's maybe the people who wake up with these headaches. Like you slept at night in the evening and you wake up and you have headaches.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's happening several times, then you need to look at whether it's related to this lack of enough vitamin B12.
Okay.
Vitamin B12 also will make you feel lower. Vitamin B12 is going to make you feel fatigue, going to feel tired.
Right. So let me
And it
ask you
can
a
also
question.
lead to anemia.
Let me ask you a question about B12. What
Yeah.
what vegetable or fruit would actually support the B12? Would actually give you B12? Do you know
Fruits?
offhand?
Fruits.
Like any type of fruit?
You said fruit. What was your question? Sorry, I didn't get your question clearly.
If you're lacking B12 in your body,
Okay.
what
Yeah.
can you take? Let's put aside supplements. Actually, what can you
Okay.
consume?
Okay.
Like
What food can you eat? Yeah.
what type of food?
Okay.
Yeah.
Vitamin B12 is a special vitamin because it's only made by bacteria.
Oh, really?
From there, you understand no plant can give you B12. So you get B12 from the animals that have themselves eaten and have the bacteria and have created the B12.
Right.
Our gut can create B12, but, and this into the brackets because it's somehow, it can be confusing when you listen to people in the internet. There are people who are going to tell you, all you need is you can eat blueberries, you can eat foods from the, from outside because they have the bacteria.
Right.
But mostly the bacteria, they die with the gut, the stomach acid. Some can survive. That's one thing. Not all bacteria make B12. That's second thing. That thing is B12 is made down into by the bacteria that are in the large intestine. And our way of living, the way we are structured, food doesn't come up. So when it's produced down at the colon, the vitamin B12 can come up to the small intestine where food is being, absorbed. So you make, and most of it, again, B12 is also made by bacteria for themselves.
Gotcha.
So there are people who are in holistic and alternative medicine. They're going to say, you make your own B12. No, you don't make. The bacteria make. But they
Bacteria
first
makes
make it for
B12.
themselves. They first make it for themselves. And they make in a way that it might not be the one we need, the cells need. And once again, it will not come back to the small intestines where food is being absorbed.
Right.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Now, why people will ask, how do people used to live before? That's why people eat meat. Okay. You eat meat, you eat eggs, you eat, I'm not questioning. That's why, for example, if you're on a vegan diet, you really have to supplement with B12.
Right.
Okay. So did I answer your question?
Yeah. I think that we should do a topic on B12 because that's quite interesting. I
Yeah,
had no idea that bacteria actually
it's
creates
a bacterial
B12.
nutrient. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
We don't. You can't find it on plants.
That has me questioning these supplements of B12.
Yeah, that's a very special one. Yeah. So, and
Yeah.
what is very interesting is and that will come, as you said, we can. I even have an article on it in my blog. It's you don't feel the deficiency of B12 as such. It can stay
Right.
for 5 years before you feel it. But when it's there, it causes neurological diseases, and sometimes it's somehow you can't repair them. So you need it.
Right.
Yeah, but it can only come through food.
Let me pivot for one quick second here because I want to let the audience know something here. This
Yeah,
is the reason why I brought you to the platform. Something I just said about the B12, right?
yeah,
Off the cuff, off of topic, and you answered the question. This is why you're important to this platform.
thank
I
you.
could ask you any type of topic. I could ask you anything about anything with the immune system or
Yeah, I don't know
nutrition.
everything.
I'm not saying that, but here's the point. Here's the point.
Yeah,
You went straight to it without even researching it or quick research. This is why you're important to the platform, Catherine.
thank you. I will negotiate my tarification.
No, but this is important. This is important because if I didn't know it, I'm more than sure
Yeah.
the audience don't know it either.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who don't know that. There are a
Exactly.
lot. But what I don't like is the way we oversimplify things.
Right. Right.
Okay. You'll get a lot of people just saying you don't need vitamin B12. You get it from your bacteria are making it.
I've
Cool.
heard so many people say that. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking about the
Yeah.
B12. Like, oh, you don't need to because the bacteria. Nah.
Unless you are lucky enough that you have B12 bacteria that are making that B12 in the small
Right.
intestines for the absorption, the rest is made in the colon and food doesn't come up to be absorbed.
Mm-hmm.
At least that the knowledge I have, that the research that I got. Now, I can be wrong, but
Right.
that's what I got. Yeah.
I get it.
So what we were, so the gut microbiome and sleep, two-way relationship. Your gut and the brain, they are always communicating. When I'm talking about that, the gut, I'm talking about the whole system. So the bacteria, okay? The gut microbiome helps produce sleep-related neurotransmitters.
Right.
They also regulate inflammation, affect how nutrients are being absorbed. When you have a gut imbalance, sometimes we call dysbiosis, serotonin, melatonin will be affected. The inflammation is high and dysregulated, and you have poor sleep.
Right.
At the same time, poor sleep damages the gut microbiome. So when you're trying to improve your sleep, you have to check on your gut microbiome. Okay? So improving the gut microbiome will help you sleep better, and improving your sleep will also help your gut microbiome.
Good
The
stuff.
other one I am trying to go fast because I think the time is moving. So how does ultra processed food and alcohol affect sleep? Science shows very well when you eat ultra processed food, you're going to sleep badly. It's related to poor sleep. It also can increase the risk of insomnia. You asked me about insomnia.
I did.
Okay, so the ultra-processed food, they're going to spike blood glucose, they're going to activate stress hormone, they're going to disrupt the gut microbiome, reduce key nutrients like B, vitamins, and magnesium. Now, here is one thing. We can say, I'm not eating high-processed food, but eating pasta, rice, high-carb meals before sleeping, like at dinner, will require higher vitamin B1 to metabolize the carbohydrates. There's no problem with that if you have enough or your diet is bringing B1. So
Right.
if you don't have enough B1, you're going to have your nervous system activated to sympathetic mode, that is flight, fight, or freeze. So avoid eating high carb meals before before sleeping, and check that you're also having enough vitamin B diet in your diet. So ultra processed food is going to give you more energy, that has a high in carbs, but it is going to give you less nutrients, which will cause difficulty in falling asleep, night waking, shallow sleep, waking up at 2 or 4 in the morning with anxiety. Another nutrient that is going to affect your sleep is alcohol. Alcohol, there are some people even who they take alcohol to sleep. Like, you feel sleepy, you don't feel sleepy, you take alcohol so that you sleep because it's going to make you feel sleepy. But it suppresses the REM sleep, increases night waking, raises cortisol late at night, and worsens inflammation. So when you drink alcohol, depending how much you drink. Most of the people wake up feeling exhausted.
So that nightcap, ladies and gentlemen, that nightcap should not be taken before bed. Now that nightcap, that alcohol is going to raise the cholesterol.
Yeah.
It is not
Not
going to assist
cholesterol, it's
around
cortisol.
sleep.
Yeah. So stress and sleep. I think this one we all know. Why can't your brain shut off? Stress activates the nervous system. When your body feels unsafe, whether it's emotional or physical, sleep becomes difficult because the body can only sleep when it feels safe. So chronic stress will raise cortisol at night, block melatonin, affect the gut microbiome, keep the brain alert because you're stressed. And what is the role of the brain? To keep you safe. Right. Are you supposed to run away, or you're supposed to freeze, or you're supposed to fight? So the brain is alert. So it will prevent deep sleep. I'm talking about chronic stress. Okay. So when you say I am relaxing is not working. It's not healing. You need safety to sleep. I understood, for example, I think it's the dolphins. They sleep with one part of the brain awake and the other one sleeping. Like, you really have to sleep, but you have to be careful not to be attacked. Right. So that's how Mother Nature is so clever. Like, you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping on one side, with one side. So far, so good. Do you have any questions?
No, this has been quite interesting, and my apologies for thinking that this would be a boring podcast, but this is quite interesting. This makes me want to dive a little deeper into the tool of sleeping. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. So now that we have looked at the 6 ways that you're affecting your sleep, let's look at simple solutions that you can do to improve your sleep or sleep better. First thing, don't force yourself to sleep. The more you tell yourself, the more you try to tell yourself, I have to sleep, the more you create less stress. And that becomes a problem, because now you have the cortisol that is high and you can't sleep. So wherever you feel like you can't sleep, don't start, having, why can't I sleep? Why am I not sleeping? You try to shift to, you can do something. You can walk, wake up. Don't expose yourself to light, because that is going to really reduce melatonin, especially if you have these blown up blue lights. But you can wake up, go to the toilet, or, just sit up and you try to breathe to calm yourself down. Okay. Right. The second next important thing is morning sunlight. Wake up outside. In our eyes, we have connections with the sun. I don't exactly know how it happens, but when you face the morning sunlight, it deactivates the melatonin. Second, when you wake up and you have that sunlight, you have that light, can wake up in the winter, there's no sunlight, but it's sunny, it's daylight. Right. It's going to help you to sleep in the evening, because at a certain time, the body will be tired. Okay. So waking up in the morning, opening your windows, if you can go outside, please do. And if you can have 10, 20 minutes outside in the sun, outside, let me just say outside, it will be very beautiful for that, because that resets the circadian rhythm clock. And so it reduces the melatonin and helps the melatonin production during the night, and lowers cortisol over the day. Okay. Another thing you can do is you eat early before bed. We mostly say you can eat 3 to 4 hours, which is not really practical for people, because evening is also the time you meet with your family, because everyone has been outside, kids are in school, people have been working. So the evening is the only time that we are meeting to spend time together. Whenever possible, eat early. What I do, and this can be done in most families, is my daughter comes from school around 6 to 7 in the evening, and immediately 7:30 we are having our meal. Okay, so if that is possible for you, Italy, you can have other time. The rest of the evening you can do other things. I think for me it's the time to help her with her homework. It's time for us just to spend time together.
Right.
Okay, and avoid ultra processed food or heavy meals, and pair the carbs with protein and healthy fat so that you reduce the glucose spike. The other way you can help yourself is to support yourself with nutrients, the key nutrients that we just looked at. So make sure you're having food or diet that is high in magnesium, B vitamins, D. You're exposing yourself to the sun. If you're North Hemisphere where you don't have enough of sunlight, you can supplement yourself with vitamin D. Remember zinc and iron, and also choline. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You can also drink some herbs that can help you to relax before you go to bed. Lavender, chamomile, ashwagandha, passion flower, lemon balm. These are things that can help you to calm down. And I guess these are things that I put up like that because that's what I get from the research. But whatever you are, your community knows things that they were used or they are used. You know, when you talk to their great grandparents, they know those things. Okay.
Right.
Reduce evening stimulation. So avoid light exposed to light in the evening. Reduce screens. You can wear the glasses that blocks the blue light. Avoid intense conversations in the evening. Okay, this is not the time to, call everyone. You did this, you did that. That is, put that in the morning. The cortisol is high. In the evening, it's a calm, loving discussions. Avoid alcohol. Drink coffee during the morning, not in the evening, because that one is going to stimulate the brain. And for some people, there's some people who have talked to, they say, I sleep well, right, even after drinking coffee in the evening. Create a wind down routine, something that signals to the brain that it's time to sleep. So you can take a warm shower or a warm bath. You can do gentle stretching, breathing exercises, reading or listening to calm music. This is telling your nervous system that it's time to rest. You are safe and you can go to rest. Okay. The other thing you can do is being consistent. Regular sleep time, regular sleeping and waking time, they're going to help you to achieve your better sleep. Another thing, and this is done by most of people, is your bed is meant to be a sleeping place. This is not where you sit during the day. This is not a place where you go reading your books. This is not a place where you go watching a movie. You have to program to the brain that bed equals sleep. And
even
so
though
wherever you go,
even though we do read that good book in bed.
Even when you're reading that one, you read seated, not sleeping. So whenever you lie yourself on the bed, yeah, people make love in bed. You can say that. So wherever you lay yourself in bed, the brain has to know it's time to sleep.
Right.
And I had this from a professor, I can't remember his name. He was saying, even when you have to scroll your phone, stand up. Be in your bedroom, but you're standing. Right. And at a certain point, you're going to get tired and you're just going to sleep. Or, so reserve your bed to sleep only.
Gotcha.
Okay. You have any question?
No, this has been quite interesting. Quite interesting.
Okay. So let's close by saying sleep is not luxury. It is medicine. This is when your The sleep is the most powerful healing tool we have, and it's free. It regulates hormones, immune system, lowers inflammation, and regulates your moods, metabolism, and brain health. So without sleep, there is also, I think he's called Dr. Walker. He says we were supposed to be living more sleeping than awake. So like, I didn't bring those studies up, like where he says one night of lack of sleep lowers men's testosterone up to like 10 years, like lowering, like, and also like that one lack of sleep can also affect your immune system, like you had an infection. That's how important sleep is.
And I've
So
go ahead. I'll finish the thought. Go ahead.
okay, so if healing is your goal, whether from stress, chronic or autoimmune diseases, inflammation or anything, then sleep and deep restorative sleep is not an option. It's where the body does the work we can't do consciously or during the day when the body is alert. And I'll close with us saying sleep is one of the pillars of my food heal healing hub. Okay, this is where I show women how to optimize their nutrition and lifestyle so that they can heal quickly and be productive at work and in life.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And as you guys heard, foodandheal.com is the spot for all your nutritious needs, all of your chronic needs, anything that you need help with, especially women, because you specialize in helping women. Food and
Yeah,
heal.
women. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so women with autoimmune diseases, especially rheumatoid arthritis.
Exactly. Food
Yeah.
and heal, the letter N heal.com is the spot to reach nutritionist coach Catherine get to. This has been a good one. This has been a real good one. It opens up a plethora of questions that I have for more
Shoot me one.
podcasts on sleep. And I have
Yes.
my own thoughts on sleep as far as, my personal opinion. I believe when we
Yeah.
sleep, we go to another realm in life.
Okay.
I believe that personally.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't think we're just sleeping just to sleep to reset the body. I think we go into another realm, another dimension.
That is the spiritual part, the soul.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I believe too, like when the soul, what is the soul doing when the body is paralyzed?
That's always been my question. What is the soul doing while the body is actually in a paralyzed state?
Yeah. So it
It's
must
got to be
must
doing
be.
something because with
Yeah.
all these dreams,
Yeah.
something's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It
So
should. It should.
yeah, we should dive a little deep into this. Your thoughts on that? Just let me know, and we'll definitely get that
Of
going.
what? On what?
Uh, like what happens when you sleep? Like what happens? Not the physical side of things.
Not the physical side. Okay, fine. For
Uh,
I wouldn't say I have a lot about it, but I know like when I remember most of the times when I'm going to sleep, I always tell my soul,
right.
and now you can go and visit the unknown world.
Absolutely.
And like when I wake up in the morning, my first words are thanks heaven for letting me come back.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
coming back from somewhere, you see.
'Cause, when we think about sleep, right? Have you ever experienced more than sure everybody's experienced this? Like you have the most in-depth dream to
Yeah.
where you remember everything.
Yeah, sometimes
Everything.
there's some, and there's some you remember. You wake up and you have every details, and the others you wake up and like, what was it that I was
What
dreaming?
was that? Yeah, what was that?
Yeah. Eh,
You know?
And I remember there was a time not long time ago. I woke up and I was like, whew, likely it's
Right.
not the real life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Again, I'll apologize again to Catherine for saying this is gonna be some boring stuff here. So but it turned out it's quite interesting that I want to explore a little more.
Okay.
And she called me out on my lack of sleep and working too much, and she was absolutely right. So I thank you again for that. I thank you
You're
again.
welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, have enough good sleep. And
Exactly.
once again, sleep is not the only thing, but you also need to have essential nutrients that are going to help you sleep profoundly. Like you say, how did you sleep? Like a baby.
Exactly. As always, you can catch Catherine and I right there on Apple Podcasts, Taylor Kennedy TV, all that good stuff. And Catherine has
A
her own
YouTube
YouTube
channel.
channel as well.
Yeah. Yeah, a YouTube channel. Catherine Gedu. You go to YouTube and please support me, be there, and leave me comments so that I can at least know what you guys really want. You can also send us the information, like questions or topics that you'd like us to cover here. And it will be a pleasure to really help you to meet you where you are or to answer your questions. I don't
Exactly.
know everything.
And for those in the States, it doesn't matter that we're on different hemispheres, but just give her some time and she'll respond back to you because it's a 7-hour difference
For sure.
from
Yeah.
there to here. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
folks that need your help on this side, and just be a little patient. She'll get back to you on that. Just be mindful that the time difference, the time. So when you're actually messaging her, she's probably asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I'll do the best. I'll do my best.
Exactly. Good stuff. You want to close out so we can get out of here? But this is a great one. Great job, Catherine.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. To whoever is on live and whoever is going to listen to this, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate. Now, I'm not good in closing stuff.
It's all good. It's all
Okay,
good.
talk to you next time. And thank you so much. And many, many blessings to you all.
Until next week, you guys be back. You guys be epic, and we'll be back with another nutrition edition of the conversation. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. Subscribe to Catherine's channel. This is how the bills get paid. We truly, truly appreciate it if you do. So follow Catherine on all social sites, Food and Heal, all that stuff. Anything Catherine, very
Catherine
important.
Getu. Catherine Getu,
Catherine
yeah.
Getu. Catherine
yeah.
Getu.
Yeah.
That's Githu, Catherine Getu. So truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you guys soon. You guys be epic.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.